All right, so I'm still practicing. Oh. Instead of relying upon being loud and I've been relying on being loud and pushing my disharmonies in order to accidentally fall upon harmonic disharmonics. Now I think what I'm going to do is try to incorporate harmony and build disharmonics on top of them, just to check it out, such that I gain an intuitive feel, so that when I go to trying to be a little more structural in the way in which I explore disharmonies to build harmonies, I'll be a little more informed. It's counterintuitive, it's an inversion, but somehow when we invert our thoughts, when we invert our values, even our moral and ethical values, when we invert them, it gives us a different perspective on what we actually truly believe in and are willing to stand on and die for. There are things I have done that I would not stand on and die for. Almost everything, actually. But there's a few things. I mean, and when I say few, I really mean a few. Like 3 things. Like, there's been, approximately 8.6 seconds of my life that I would stand on, stand by, stand for, and everything else that I could be criticized for. Yeah, you're right. I am that piece of shit guy. My bet is you are also. However, for some reason, right, that's the thing, to be a piece of shit human, like, even if you're a piece of shit human being, you're still better than the everyday squirrel, who look cute because they're small. Same with chipmunks. Do you realize how big a fly looks to a chipmunk, right? I'm a human being. A fly looks this big. If I were a chipmunk, a fly would look this big. That's a big difference. A cicada would look this big, right? Here's my little chipmunk face. Here's the cicada. That's scary. Right? I'm a chipmunk. A moth would look, with its wings spread, as big as me. A lunar moth, with its wings spread, is the size of a chipmunk. Okay, but yeah, still kind of scary as fuck. If I saw something big as me, with wings made out of something more fragile than paper, as big as me, what? Chipmunks chipmunks in the wild will only live several years around here, so they say. Except for the special ones. But they still live, which is so short to me, but that's still like so much longer than a mayfly. So much longer than a grasshopper. Well, actually, I don't know the life cycle of a grasshopper. I'm assuming there. Sorry. But definitely more than a mayfly. Definitely more than a moth. One of the differences between butterflies and moths, I think, I'm not positive about this, so fact check, but like, a butterfly can still eat when it's a butterfly, but a moth can't. A moth, like, once a moth is a moth, it's a death sentence. Like, transmor, what do they call it? Transmogrification? No. Transmigration of the soul? Transmigration? Transmogrification? No, neither of those. Transformation. Transformation. You ain't no butterfly, motherfucker. That's the thing about what's going on with human beings today. Much more like a moth than a butterfly, but actually not like a moth or a butterfly. Something else. A Philippine man of war. But I digress. Still practicing. Oh, I'm trying to break out of my box, but I'm also trying to like fill my box, right? It's like I'm trying to break out of my box, but wait, I haven't enlightened my box. I haven't planted the eternal flame in my box. I'm trying to break out of my box. But wait. I'm trying to abandon my box. I spend a lot of time thinking about how the world has put me in a box. But the world put me in the box that God allowed the world to put me into. I'm trying to remind myself. Unfortunately, I'm spending more time thinking about how I'm going to tell this story to you instead of thinking about I'm killing myself. I'm destroying myself with the way I live my life. I know that. I engage in sin. Call it what you want. I engage in these things that distract me, that enliven me, enlighten me. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad. I feel like I have less good ones more good ones than bad ones. But the bad ones are really bad. Smoking. But then again, I heard the other day that smoking can prevent Parkinson's. So that's one disease I won't get. I'll get cancer, but I won't get Parkinson's, which is worse. I don't know. I'm not saying that's the right way to think at all. But I can't help what I come in contact with. I'm just practicing. I'm making harmonies. Harmonies and harmonics. Harmonies and disharmonics. Such that someday I might be able to structure harmonious disharmonics. I kind of feel like that's where we are in the world. Only recently thermodynamic computing has been invented. One of the most successful quantum computer scientists in the world today just abandoned quantum computing for thermodynamic computing, which is still an analog form of computing, but I mean, I might be getting the physics a little bit wrong, but to my mind, a thermodynamic computing system is Newtonian. Getting rid of all that quantum horseshit, getting rid of all of that discrepancy between, like, my understanding is that, like, Einstein made, quote unquote, there's like 2 papers or whatever that Einstein published that are both the most effective modern, like, theoretical. It's like he published a theory, he published 2 theories. They overlap some, but they also disagree with each other fundamentally. Yet they're both the most effective experimentally verified theories. So it's like and I'm grossly exaggerating in boiling it down to like a little short story. You can just, the elevator speech, right? Maybe even the stairwell speech. But like, basically, Einstein said this, Einstein said that. So far as modern day science is concerned, this is the best thing ever said, and this is the second best thing ever said. They're both attributed to Einstein. Never mind what came before him, published. Never mind what wasn't published. People always talking about his wife. But like, Einstein said this, Einstein said that. They're both the most important things in science ever said. And they contradict each other. Boing, 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 boing. That's a problem. I'm just practicing. Here, I'm trying to be quieter and more resonant. I shouldn't say that's what I'm trying. I'm reminding myself to try to be more harmonic and resonant, greater effect with less power. Less power. to become more powerful. I admit to the fantastic. I admit to the dream. For that matter, I admit to the self-aggrandizing. Can I do this thing that I have yet to witness be done in the world? Well, yes, I can! Isn't that great? It's not that great. It's just something a little different done in the world. And if I figure out how to create harmonic disharmonics, what does that do for feeding your children? What does that do for keeping the lights on? What does that do for keeping a roof over my head or keeping food in your belly? Nothing, right? Like, I think America's Got Talent and like American Idol and all these singing and talent shows, I think they're one of the greatest things that has ever existed in the universe. Really. Like Simon Cowell, I think he's one of the greatest people who has ever existed in the entire universe. But I also think Iamblichus is one of the greatest people. Iamblichus is on the short list. But if I'm free to sing, I'm free to work. I'm free to choose. We're all free to sing. The only question is, what's our song? We can all sing. The people who sing well are the people who found their song. The people who don't sing well, it's not because they can't sing. It's because they haven't found their song. They haven't found their genre. Maybe. We are the voice of the entire fucking universe. Even if you can only grunt. You know, or whatever, like. You can, you know, and then dancing is just silent music, but it's not silent. We're born to sing. We sing with our voices, we sing with our bodies. The only things that sing are, arguably the only things that really sing better than us are birds. And they are murderous dinosaurs who would eat you. If you drop dead outside, those pretty little songbirds that you're so sweet upon would be pecking at your fucking corpse in like 3 seconds. But they wouldn't get much before the vultures came down and the foxes came calling. Just saying. And the neighborhood kitty cats who found you. It's over.